What's going on, guys? I'm still in the process of waking up here, and unfortunately this decaf coffee that I accidentally poured isn't helping me much. But let's look at Workhorse, Wkhs. They just released earnings this morning. There's a little bit of bad and a little bit of good, but we're going to go over all of that. And I'm also going to feature a couple of parts from the call here, and I will be giving you guys later on an edited, cleaned up version of that call, so stick around for that. But let's look at Workhorse. And I will leave this down below for you. This is coming from their investor relations. This is their press release that goes in good detail of what happened here. And first off, some words from the CEO. This past year was critical for Workhorse as we took decisive actions to position the company for the next phase of growth and value creation. During the fourth quarter, we executed on our commercial vehicle product roadmaps, advanced our aero business and stables and stalls, completed building out our talented leadership team, resolved key legacy issues, and strengthened our financial position. Looking ahead, we have developed a clear and executable product roadmap, and we are encouraged by the progress we are making. We are on track to ramp up production and deliveries across our W4, W750, and W56 products in 2023. We're confident in our corporate trajectory and remain well positioned to win in the commercial EV market with safe, reliable, and durable products that create value for our customers, communities, and shareholders. And I did want to go over some negative here and some positive. I see positive in the fact that they didn't really lower their forward guidance too much. They just kind of widened it, I would say. But let's look at their fourth quarter highlights here, and then we'll look at their forward guidance. So as showcased in Workhorse Analyst Day in December, the Union City, Indiana plant has been completely transformed into a world-class manufacturing complex. The plant continues to ramp up production of the W4 in Q1 of 2023 and is on track to begin production of the W750 in Q2 of 23 and the W56 in Q3 of 23. They also began shipping Tropos vehicles, which were assembled in Workhorse's Union City plant as part of a 3-year contract manufacturing agreement with Tropos Technologies. Volumes for final assembly in the US are expected to reach about 2,000 units per year once ramp-up is complete. They also concluded facility improvement efforts in Michigan Engineering Center and is near completion of the testing center in Sharonville, Ohio. The company is in the progress of installing production lines for its drones and its engineering, technical design, and production facility in Mason, Ohio. After thorough engineering review, durability testing, and careful consideration, the company is scrapping the C1000. And it seems like some wording is different here compared to when they gave us an update in December about the C1000s and how they're going to discontinue them. They did add that, at least I think they did add, that the built C1000s are to be decommissioned and disassembled by the end of Q1 of 2023. But let me know down below if they actually said that in the last update in December. I believe they didn't mention that part. They just said that they're going to stop making more. So it seems like they are disassembling ones that they currently made, and they're not just going to sell the last of their inventory like they said in the previous call, or the previous update. I apologize. Now, as they also said in December here, this isn't really news, but it is a good thing to remember, is that the SEC isn't going after them anymore. They're stopping the investigation there. Let's get into drones real quick, and then I'm going to show you guys a couple of clips, and we'll get into their forward guidance. So aerospace, Workhorse continues to advance its drone technology development and achieve important milestones, including conducted demonstrations of simultaneous package deliveries by multiple drone aircraft by 2 prospective last mile delivery clients. And I will leave you their YouTube page because they actually show off their drones, they show off their vehicles, they show off their plant, and it's a very little known thing about Workhorse that they actually have a YouTube. They also field tested the humanitarian and logistic operations, or HALO, drone internationally, partnered with the U.S. Department of Agriculture, secured new federal and state level grants, most recently adding Michigan to its growing grant list, actively exploring new opportunities for collaboration with federal and state government. They're currently providing operational support to government programs in North Dakota, Arkansas, and Mississippi. Now let's go into why Workhorse is down so much today, or at least why I think so. And this was that they missed on their EPS and they missed on their revenue. They were expecting somewhere around $10 million in revenue. They only got something like 3. Not very good, especially when everything kind of relies on these earnings. There hasn't really been many updates. Our last update was in December. All that investors really have to go off of are these earnings, and when they come out unsatisfactory, the initial numbers at least, we're going to see a big drop there. So SG&A did drop. Those expenses dropped from 15 to 13 million, which is good. However, R&D, or research and development, increased to 8 million from 2.8 in the same period last year, so a whole year ago. And this is due to their 2 drone product lines and the other vehicles that they're ramping up. And one thing that looks actually really good here is their net loss was 38 million compared to 156 million in the same period last year. Their loss from operations for the fourth quarter was 39 million compared to $120 million in the same period last year. They're trying to show that they're being a little more efficient. They're not losing as much cash as they previously were under the old Workhorse management team. And we do have an update on their cash here. They do have $99 million in cash. And I'll just give you guys their 2023 guidance now, and then I'll feature that clip that I was talking about. The Workhorse team exited 2022 with the momentum to prepare the company for expanded operations in 2023. Looking ahead, we will focus on manufacturing, operational excellence, and financial discipline as we ramp up sales, production, and deliveries of commercial vehicles and drones to generate significant revenue growth in 2023, with revenue expected in the range of between $75 million and $125 million. We're confident we have the necessary cash and access to capital to meet our objectives, which, in combination with our strategic plan, will allow Workhorse to deliver on our goals and generate increased value for our customers and shareholders. But how do you guys feel about this earnings? I'm personally a little unimpressed. It is good to see that they have some decent forward guidance, and it is good to finally have an update on what they're doing with their drones, what they're doing with their future vehicle roadmap, things of that nature. But let me know down below what you think. Are you a bit disappointed? Did you expect better, or did you expect worse? And next up, I'm going to feature that clip for you guys, but like I said, I will have their full earnings call cut up and edited for you, and at some point it will be down below for you once I get that finished. But let's roll that clip and then let's check out the chart.
Getting the right people in the right seats is the foundation of building a company that can successfully make the transition from being a technology startup into becoming a real commercial EV OEM. It takes relevant industry experience, functional expertise, and a selfless work ethic to be part of the Workhorse team. Throughout last year, we talked extensively about the key hires we made across our executive leadership, engineering, operational, commercial, administrative, and financial teams, all of whom are instrumental in driving our go-forward strategy. We are pleased to have completed building out our strong team, hiring almost 160 people last year, which is the right one to execute our business initiatives and achieve our vision of pioneering the transition to zero-emission commercial vehicles. We also need to have the right systems and processes in place, and they need to be operating effective. We have worked diligently on these important basic building blocks, from engineering design revision control, fundamental lean manufacturing planning, to adopting appropriate human resource systems. These sorts of things do not sound critical, but they are absolutely critical to running an effective business on a day-to-day basis. In terms of our new commercial vehicle product roadmaps, in the fourth quarter, we delivered 23 W4CC vehicles to customers. We resolved our shipping issues with GreenPower and now have more than 100 base W4CC vehicles at Union City ready for production in Q1. As it relates to our W750 step van, pilot builds are underway right now, and we start regular production of this Class 4 vehicle in Q2 this year. We also began shipping Tropos vehicles assembled at our Union City facility and are looking forward to ramping up production on that vehicle each quarter in 2023. Most importantly, we are on track to unveil the W56 at the upcoming NTEA Work Truck Show and begin production of this game-changing vehicle in Q3 this year. Launching 4 new commercial vehicles over the course of 12 months takes a lot of hard work and coordination, trust me. Finally, we are doing the necessary market data analysis for the future design of the WNext, which we plan to bring to market in 2025. As you know, in December, we held our first Analyst Day at our revitalized world-class manufacturing complex in Union City, Indiana. We thank those of you who were able to make the trip to Union City back in December, and we were excited to show you the real, tangible progress we're making across our electric vehicle and drone product families firsthand, as well as show off our transformed manufacturing operations and deep bench of talent. Looking at the facilities outside of the Union City plant, we have concluded equipping our Wkhs, Michigan Technical Center. Our Sharonville, Ohio prototype shop is near completion, just waiting a few key components to hook up some electricity, and we are installing production lines in our drone manufacturing facility in Mason, Ohio as we speak. The takeaway summary from all of this hard work on facilities that we now have the physical infrastructure and tools in place to design, test, and build world-class commercial vehicles, both wheeled and rotor-based products. Drilling down a bit more into aero, we continue to advance our drone technology development and are excited about the tremendous opportunities in this space. We conducted demonstrations of our Horsefly during the first 2 months of 2023, first by flying simultaneous package deliveries by multiple aircraft for prospective last-mile delivery customer, and secondly, conducting a successful field test for internal operations of a separate last-mile delivery customer. I will say that both of these potential customers were highly impressed with what our Workhorse product and our flight team can do. We also successfully field tested the Humanitarian and Logistics Operations, or HALO drone, internationally. The Aero team also won a grant to support beyond visual line of sight work in Michigan, and we continue to fly in support of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. We will continue to work on securing additional new federal and state level grants or long-term contracts for our Aero business. We expect to start the production of drones and generate revenue in this business later this year. Our Stables Installs initiative in the fourth quarter successfully managed deliveries to the peak holiday season, gaining valuable insight into the challenges of running and managing a fleet of the aging ICE vehicles. We are using our first EV, one of the inaugural W750, in commercial service on a daily basis, and expect to fully electrify our Stables Installs fleet by the end of Q2. We continue to explore options to establish a second Stables Installs operation in an incentive-based state sometime this year.
Alright guys, so looking at the chart, we're definitely having a huge red day today, and we did break this pattern. Our next level of support, I would say we need to watch, is about 180. Once we break that, we're heading lower. And one positive is this stock isn't currently creating new lower lows. However, its last low was back here in the end of last year. But this isn't a stock that has held up its May 11 lows as some others have, such as Indy, ChargePoint, and a few others. The market is definitely taking earnings quite negatively. I'm not too surprised, being that they were so far from their estimates. And my thoughts on this is I will hold it and give it a little bit more of a chance because it is a small percentage of my portfolio. And if things really don't work out, it's not going to blow up my whole account. However, if things don't turn around by the middle half of 2023, I will likely be exiting this one. I think a few more quarters is enough time for them to prove themselves, and if we do see a ramp up production of their vehicles, a large increase of revenue, and further tightening their net loss, I will likely stay with this one, but we do need to see some really positive things moving forwards in the next few quarters. But what do you guys think about Workhorse? Do you believe in it more after this quarter, or are you starting to pack your bags and leave? And if you listen to their full conference call, leave some important bits of information down below. Thanks as always guys, and I'll see you later.